Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee for 107.5 WBLS. You are watching Open. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Coming up on today's show, we'll speak to two tenants of the Spofford Avenue residential building about the various issues that they're having, that they've been facing too, with their homes. We'll speak to them, we'll find out all about it. Then we'll speak to the former police chief about the relaunch of her Black Arm of the Law podcast. And after that, we'll hear from a local musician who's putting her own unique stamp on the rap scene. Watch out. We're celebrating 50 years of hip hop too. And then finally, we'll hear from the CEO of a foundation that is raising awareness on the importance of health and wellness. So kick back, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet. We're wide open. Here we go. Here we go. Hello, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You are watching Open. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking it all out. And it's a live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. So stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Now, leading things off, our first guests are local residents of the Spofford Avenue Apartment Buildings. And they join us to shed some light on some of the issues that they're having and some of the issues that they're facing with their landlord. You know how big that can be. And then unkept apartment units and how they are addressing these problems. So please welcome to the show, Deborah Wilson and Juan Reyes. Welcome, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having us.
Good morning.
So tell us about the situation.
Well, I'm a resident at 1202 Spofford Avenue, Hunts Point section. I've been a resident here along with my family for over 58 years.
Yeah.
So is Mr. Reyes, which I saw him from the time he was a child, along with my children. We've been facing quite a bit of problems with the upkeep of the building. Although the community has been, upcoming and kind of renovated somewhat, we remain with the same problems as far as the building is concerned for quite some time. We have a landlord, which is one of the worst landlords in New York City, Moshe Stahl, well known. He's got 70 buildings with the same problem. So we're here to share some of those problems that we are facing right now.
Yeah.
We're facing things like the boiler, heat and hot water, rodents and roaches, and so on and so forth.
And what are they doing about it at this point?
Well, we have an community organization, Banana Kelly, who have been working with us diligently, and we've reached out to several departments, HPD also. We complained to 311, and we have, had some repairs, but they're always incomplete, left in the middle of nothing. We don't seem to get any response. There's no transparency with the landlord. So we have no other alternative than to call 311, at which point they come out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need some immediate help right there. That's black mold.
Yeah.
Rodents walking. Wow.
Exactly. And this is a constant thing. I mean, I've seen them climbing up the curtains, and, it's really an uncomfortable living, situation. One of the most important parts that, we've had some horrible winters, as we all know, and the boiler seems to be always on the brinks. It doesn't, either we don't have any oil, we go on for maybe 7 consecutive days without heat and hot water, and, it's repetitive, living conditions. And, we've tried to work with the landlord, and all we get is, we'll get to it, and this, that, and the other, and so on and so forth. Right now, this pictures that you're seeing is a boiler. I had a boiler inspector come in, and he allowed me to videotape him and he showed me and explained to me how inadequate, how dangerous this boiler is. It's not secured, and because of that, they were cited with summonses. And
And
till this day, this has not been repaired.
Juan, what do you see? What do you think we need to do?
First and foremost, I would like to say, like, everything she's saying is completely accurate, but it's a lot more than that. Like, we even have what does it say? Not permanent with electricity coming to the building, but it's not underground. And Canada has already said, hey, if you guys don't fix this, we're gonna shut off the electricity completely. Not only are the repairs not being done, they are also giving people outrageous leases or no lease at all. And the building that we are in is rent controlled, and yet they're still doing things that are illegal that they should not be doing. People are fighting. What we're doing right now, the entire building, we've come as a collective and we're doing a rent strike.
Yeah.
Until they start giving people correct leases with the amount they're supposed to have that's listed in DHCR. Like, we're finding out all this information and we're educating ourselves to let the other tenants know, like, hey, listen, what's going on? This should not be done. They should have things working properly. Your rent should be what it's supposed to be legally, not these outrageous numbers they
Increases.
give. People are giving them, they're getting multiple people are getting multiple deposits being asked. They already pay a deposit. Why do they have to pay another like $3,000 in a deposit when they already paid? Yeah. So it's like they're doing a whole bunch of sneaky things. And the reason why is because, yes, our building does have a lot of immigrants and people that don't speak English. So they're trying to get over on them. So myself and Deborah, we're New York based. We took the lead, saying, no, we can't let this happen to them, because if we let this happen to them, what's going to happen to us?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So why do you think the landlord is holding everything up? Why is he doing this?
I believe it's his way. It's his way of trying to force people out, so that way he can do whatever he wants with the building, because people are paying outrageous amounts. And I think he wants to continuously up it, like charge people more money.
We've had, you mind me interrupting, we've had working with Bronx Legal Services, who are now in the process of filing for a rent decrease. And we've had the rent decreased in some of the units. Unfortunately, these people are overriding the decision from DHNCR and actually, like Juan said, overcharged, requesting a deposit along with the lease renewal. And this is an ongoing thing. We recently found out that September of 22, the building was not registered, although they kept coming in and, you know, doing things under the table. When I say under the table, illegal things that we weren't aware of until we actually took it upon ourselves to go to court and find out. The transparency, again, it's not available. You call, you know, and your other alternative is to call 311. So we're like Juan said, we're trying to educate the tenants and gather as much, empower ourselves to see what we can do. I filed for personal HP action, which I'm in court right now with them, and I'm going to stick to it. They keep adjourning it, but I'm sticking to it. And that's what I would like the entire building to do. We need to reach out to our political politicians and local politicians, our councilmen, which I've tried and I haven't gotten any response. I'm really disappointed about that. But we need someone to help out before this building goes back to what it was. 1980, this building didn't have a boiler. My firstborn was born, we slept in the kitchen. And that was the most craziest thing anybody could ever be subjected to.
Yeah.
All right. So we don't want us to go back to that, and it's on its way if we don't do anything about it.
How's Banana Kelly Improvement Association helping you guys out in the fight?
They've been very helpful. Coincidentally, they got us on Bronx Net, which is great. You know, we're trying to share this, you know, and there's other buildings. There's over 70 buildings that we have door knocked, that Moshi Stall owns. We have knocked on 741 Hunts Point, 1135 West Farms, 810 Ritter. These are buildings that we have had virtual meetings and, shared what we're going through. And it's Banana Kelly has been our backbone.
Are the tenants
so-
coming together on this? Are the tenants?
Yeah. They have responded, but if we're not consistent with the meetings and keeping everybody abreast of everything that's going on, if anything dies out. So that's why we're staying on top of this at this point. And I hope that this appearance here in Bronx Net will awake people up.
Yeah. Well,
I would.
Go ahead.
No, I would like to add something. What I want to say also is like we reached out to 311, HPD, AEP, like we going through all correct avenues, and sometimes we feel like with our hands in the air because we're told just call 311, do this, and it's like everything gets postponed. These guys just weasel their way to sweep things under the rug, and we still stuck with our hands open, like we did what we're supposed to do. So now we try to figure out how do we take these matters into our own hand. That's what we started the rent strike, and we're just like, even being on this, like we're just trying to let people know or give an awareness of, hey, this thing should not be this way. I've lived in other buildings, and I've seen the difference of being in a well-maintained building versus here, and it's just like this is ridiculous, and I don't know how they're getting away with it.
Exactly.
If you were able to speak to them, what would you tell them?
I've spoken to them.
We told them, hey, listen, they even asking people to start paying rent. And we said, hey, meet the demands that we ask, give people the correct amount on their leases, how they're supposed to be. There's people with new leases here living month to month.
Yeah.
And they're afraid of getting kicked out or whatever. But when they ask for a lease, they're reluctant to give them a lease. So we told them, hey, get people's leases correct at least, and then we can start releasing the funds. You know what I'm saying? Because people are afraid. People are afraid of losing their apartment or what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be paying for something under these conditions. First of all, what they're doing, the way they're operating is illegal.
It's like the old saying, no ticket, no laundry, and it's like you want to work with us, we'll work together, but on mutual grounds. We can't just cave in, dive into your expectations and not worry about us because it's ongoing. It's years, as I said, 58 years of this is really I don't even know why we're still here. Of course, because rent is really ridiculous out there. One bedroom apartment runs like a good 13, 14, 1,500. People can't afford that.
Can you set up a meeting with the tenants and say, hey, this is what we need. This is what we want. Can you meet us? Can you start something off?
We wrote a letter. I guess it got lost in transit or whatever. We're working on a demand letter that needed to be filed with Bronx Legal Services. And we're hoping that we can get, to be honest with you, we're not sure who the manager really is. We have an acting manager called EPP Management Corporation, and these people are, I don't know, they're from the same bowl. The building is passed on from Moshi Stall to them, but they're all in the same bowl, and we can't trust. They have pocketed money. They have duplicated rent. People are up to $13,000, $14,000, $15,000 in rent. As far as I'm concerned, the guidelines for housing, for you to be evicted, you should have been evicted a long time ago. So something's going on. Either they're pocketing the money, something's going, or they have the wrong accountant. We want to know what's going on, and we've asked them, can we meet? To no avail. Have they responded to that?
Yeah. Well, perhaps you can get some other organizations to back you, and then reach out to some of those elected officials and see if we can get some
exactly. This is what we've tried to do.
I'll resend that letter. I'll send it a couple of times over and over. So what's next? Is there another course of action, legal action that you prepared to take?
Well, as I said, we would try. I started a individual HP action. I want to be able to get everybody on board to do a building wide. We're doing everything to get all the information, get all the existing violations back into court as a building wide, you know, to get it, with the intention to get some response, maybe bringing them back to court, and adding the fact that we're on BronxNet, we're blowing their, all their invisibility, however way you can say it. Maybe we'll get some response. So, it's a slow process, but we're head over heels with this now.
You have a website for it, a social media where people can follow you and
No, I know personally we haven't, which is a good idea. Juan is very good at that. We'll probably discuss that afterwards. But we attend the community council meetings on Wednesdays, and we just try to keep informed about what's going on, what to do, and how other people are living as well. So we just have to keep informing our sister buildings about what's going on. We do door knocking and just do a complete campaign, not only for us, but for everybody else that's going through this.
Also, I'd like to add, also, if you don't mind me, I'm sorry, Debbie. I do want to say also, one of my goals also is educating the tenants. So I right now, like I'm already creating a sheet and giving them instructions on how to go to DHCR and how to find out your rent history and the history of the apartment before, because that way you have some legs to stand on when you want to speak to the owner or whatever. Like at least you have the information documented. This is what this is what the New York City says. This is where I'm at, and this is where I need to be. I'm not here. Like it's more about educating people than just telling them things. Because I noticed that if you just tell them something, they're like, I don't know. You need to find the information yourself, so you can understand that we're not making this up. You
got to keep them in the know and keep the follow-up going on. Listen, thank you for coming on. You're always welcome to come on and share.
Thank you for having us.
Hope everything works out for you. We're with you every step of the way. Do you have a social media set up where people can come on and find out more about what you're doing and what you want to do?
Well, we will.
We're going to work on that. We will.
Okay.
We will.
So much for coming on. All right, you're always welcome to come back.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, good luck to you. All right. Deborah Wilson, tenant the Spofford Apartments, and Juan Reyes. He's with the Tenants Association also. All right, we'll take a quick break right here. We'll come back and continue to give it to you right here on Open.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Welcome back. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You are watching Open. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking it all out. Our next guest is a former chief of police. Yeah, and she's no pushover. She's former police from the city of Charlottesville, Virginia, and she joins us to speak about the relaunch of the Soft Arm of the Law podcast and how she'll be using this podcast to tackle issues on race, policing, and so much more. So please welcome to the show, Dr. RaShall Brackney. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Can I call you Dr. RaShall or Dr.
They call me Chief B or Dr. B. Still, that's what my Twitter handle is under, Chief B. So at Cville PD. So follow me on that.
Write it down right here. Chief B. That's what it is. Chief B. Tell us more about yourself.
So yes,
exciting background.
Yeah, I have a background that spans 38 years in policing. So I like to tell people I started when I was the age of 2, and they violated child labor laws back in the day. But I came out of Pittsburgh. I grew up in the inner city, actually Pittsburgh, not the skirts of Pittsburgh. When people say they're from Pittsburgh, I'm from a place called Homewood, H Wood representing the 15208 up in here. So I grew up in Pittsburgh. I'm one of 6 kids. I've got an older brother, then 5 sisters. Multi-ethnic, but I identify as Black, and just embrace my Blackness, and have been in policing and now academia for the last 5 or 6 years, as I've transitioned out of policing. I am the former police chief in Charlottesville, Virginia. As you know, we just marked the events of the Unite the Right rally this past weekend, as the 6th year of that. The former chief of George Washington University Police Department, and I retired after 31 years in Pittsburgh. I was the commander of their major crimes, SWAT, bomb squad, all the other things, after my 31 years of rising completely up through the ranks.
Wow. That's impressive right there. No, I don't think anybody should mess with you.
You know what? If you don't get on one way the pen, I'm telling you, the doctor pen will get you next.
That's right. Put the pen to the paper.
That's right. That's right.
What inspired you to host this podcast, though?
So, once I was a guest on the podcast, so formerly Carl Anthony Payne, the comedian who was better known to everybody as and loved as Cole on the Martin Show, had me on as a guest. And the focus previously was on careers of Black officers in law enforcement. So it was really just a narrow segment. And Carl really just wanted to expose America to the human aspect of policing through the lens of Black law enforcement. And at the end of one of our shows, we jokingly said, hey, why don't you come on and co-host with me one day? And next thing you know, I'm getting a call from Mean Old Lion Media, and that Carl and them have asked me to actually relaunch and take over the program. Now, I would like to think it's my abilities, but I think Carl had some gigs that he had to do on the road, and somebody had to pinch it, and that was it. But more importantly, I was going to say the perspective of being in policing for 38 years as a Black woman, in this white male dominated field. I wanted to do it so we could have access. Like we could peel back the curtain and people could really see what was going on in the criminal legal system.
Yeah. So what do they want to know more about what you do on this podcast? I mean, a lot of people call in, you get questions.
So the questions that I get oftentimes is, how did I survive this industry all of these years, right? And with my reputation not only intact, but known as a reformist, a person who believes we need to dismantle the criminal legal system in its current configuration. And they're like, how did you survive that? And then how do you survive that in a place like Charlottesville, Virginia, when I come there after the Unite the Right rally, where Confederate statutes are being debated and over whether we tear them down, where people had just been killed over these things, where racism is on the forefront of everyone's minds, where people are chanting cops and Klan go hand in hand. And then I'm coming to take over this department. What in God's name made me want to do something like that? And, the only thing I can say sometimes is we don't pick our paths. That path is ordained for us, and we're led to places and spaces we never thought we would find ourselves. And as a Black woman who's married to another professor from Jackson, Mississippi, this brother and I find ourselves in Charlottesville, and they often want to know about that journey. And now that I'm no longer there, literally because they ran me out, my officers threatened to kill me. There was a lot of racism, misogyny, homophobia, you name it, going on in the department. And so I fired a bunch of white males, disbanded SWAT teams, pulled our officers out of the SRO programs, got rid of all the directed kind of war on drugs programs. And next thing I know, I literally have a target on my back. and my manager, city
God.
manager, says I'm no longer needed in that space.
Wow. I know you wanted to get out of that space too, with all of this stuff going on. And those are some deep challenges back then. That's a book right there. You can take that.
Work with me because I'm writing my
Yeah.
first book.
All right.
Yeah, The
All right.
Bruising of America, when Black, White, and
What's
Blue
it called?
collide. It's called The Bruising of America, when
Woo!
Black, White, and Blue collide.
Wow. Yeah, I
Yes,
can see
yes.
that on New York Times bestsellers list.
Yes, come on. If you got some producers, work with a sister.
Yeah, shucks. So
Yes.
what are some of the other major challenges? There's a lot of challenges back then. What are some of the other challenges before you got to the point where you had to get rid of a lot of people?
So the challenges are around authentically believing that policing is rooted, the institution of policing is rooted in a system of supremacy, right? So educating officers to understand why there is a distrust and a lack of legitimacy in Black and Brown communities when it comes to policing, at least the formal way in which we police. And a lot of my guests, so we've already started recording, we've already started launching some of these. My guests, I forced them to confront the issues around the entire criminal legal system, including where police officers have been involved in formal lynchings of individuals across the United States with impunity. So what does that look like to confront that today when that's been part of your legacy? And so those have been some extremely difficult conversations, but there are conversations that must be had, and we must literally allow people into the community or into that space and to challenge the system.
And what did your family think about all the things that you were going through, especially your husband?
So my husband is I like to talk about him being this Southern genteel man.
Did he say baby?
But then there comes a time when you messing with his boo, right?
Yeah.
And then all bets are off, right? You start
Uh-huh.
dropping titles. This is a professor who, is also an alpha. He's like, I went to HBCU in Tougaloo, Mississippi. Like now, gloves are off. You messing with my baby.
Uh-huh.
And my family was like, listen, if you can't catch a case, some of us can. So that's how my family felt about it. But we're grateful that I moved out of that space. And now I'm working as a distinguished full professor at George Mason University. I'm a lecturer at Carnegie Mellon University. And in January, I'll start a fellowship at Harvard to work on a social justice impact project of my interest.
I'm loving it. We got to follow you.
Please do, please. And follow some of my guests or people that you will know. I will be interviewing Hawk Newsom, who's from the Bronx, about the intersectionality of Black Lives Matter and policing. I've interviewed the former mayor of Charlottesville, Nakia Walker, who was the first Black female mayor of Charlottesville, and after the Unite the Right rally. You'll hear from a former chief, Lou Dekmar, in LaGrange, Georgia, who's publicly apologized to the community for their officers lynching a person, Austin Calloway, 70 years before he took over that department, and the impact that had on the community and police relations. So I'm going to get into it. When we talk about the Black arm of the law, I'm touching some folks.
Wow. How important is it for youngsters to find out about this? People coming out of junior high, high school, into college.
So you know what? Those are the ones we're hoping to educate and to reach, right? That's how they get their information. The majority of those persons who are 18 to 25 or 18 and below, they get most of their information from podcasts, TikTok, and their social media. So if we can get them to reach in, to subscribe, to comment, to respond to Black Arm of the Law podcast, and to talk to us about the things they want to know about, we will get the person on that they need to hear from. Yeah.
Doctor, you're doing some wonderful things. I don't know how you do it, but somebody's got to do it. And what better person than you? Thank you for all that you do. And thanks for coming on to BronxNet too.
Thank you for having me. And I look forward to the next time our paths cross.
Yeah, well, let's do this again. We need to know more too about what you're doing on BronxNet. So let's do it again. Whatever you do, we want to know about.
Thank you.
Social media, website.
So you can reach me at Black Arm of the Law on Instagram as well as on Twitter. And my personal one is at Chief B at Seville PD.
Chief B, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us, and God bless you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. RaShall Brackney, Dr. Brackney, Chief B, former police chief and host, Black Arm of the Law podcast. We'll take a quick break right here. We got more coming up next on Open.
I'll see ya.
After a basketball game, a black teenage boy, Brandon, reads his texts in his family group chat. Auntie Flo, congrats on the big win. Mom, that's my baby. Brandon replies, thanks y'all. In a park, his sister Maya texts, where are we celebrating? Dad replies, home. Mom texts, I got dinner going. Auntie Flo replies, ooh, I can't wait. Then receives a FEMA flood watch text alert. She texts the family, anyone see that weather alert? We need a plan to stay safe, especially after last year. Ready has a list of resources at ready.gov/plan. In his workshop, Dad sends a photo of emergency supplies and texts, looks like we need flashlights and batteries. Leaving a store with a shopping bag, Brandon replies, I got us covered. Mom texts, I'll check in with Grandma and Papa. Maya texts, thanks Auntie, feeling good about this plan.
I got some batteries
Auntie Flo replies, love y'all, we gotta stay safe. Later, the family
feel like you get told every time I
supplies
see
at home. Stay connected. Plan for ready.gov/plan.
Most hiring algorithms would scream me out.
Some bosses couldn't see me as a leader.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
I've been writing code as long as I've been able to reach a keyboard.
This is what I do. It's second nature for me, coordinating 100 details at once.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
I sold them on my skills.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
My magic is
analytics and empathy. That's how I get clients. You have to have the confidence in yourself to show up and defy the odds.
I am more than who I am on paper.
I never got a college degree. And today, I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. The stars are all around us. It's time for them to shine.
Welcome back. Hey, I'm the Doc Bob Lee from BLS. You're watching Open. Next guest is a hip-hop artist and a New York native from South Jamaica, Queens. And she's with us to speak about her journey as a rapper and to shed some light on the latest project. So please welcome to the show, Zoeyy B. Zoeyy B, what you got for me?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How you feeling?
All right. So we're going to rap together, right? Zoeyy B, what you got for me? I'm the diggity doctor, Dr. Bob Lee. And then you can get into the drill. No. Zoeyy, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into what you're into?
Well, I've always been like into poetry. Yeah, so it started out with me writing poetry, and then around the time I was 8, my dad taught me like how to actually write 16 bars, 8 bars to a verse about hooks and stuff like that. And it wasn't until about 2012 when I started write songs, and then within the past 2 years I just started like getting into the studio and recording and stuff like that. Yeah.
So you wanted to sing or you wanted to rap?
I'm a rapper. But I don't like to like restrict myself. I do want to try like different avenues. Like I write R&B songs as well. Like I have so many things in the cut, like for all the genres. So
that's what's up. You gotta be ready, right? You never know when somebody's gonna say, "Hey, can you lace me up with some of this?" And you say, "Oh yeah, I got that."
To know it's out there.
So tell us more about you and how you got into the whole thing and where you want to go from here.
How did I actually get started with rapping? It was a friend of mine, a close friend. Actually, him and his friends, they actually are I wouldn't say a rap duo. We're all individual artists, but they all, are in it together. And he introduced me to his engineer, and then it was up from there. I just been working with the same engineer, building bonds and relationships. So it was more so of, you know, my people, my friends pushing me more so because I didn't want to rap. I didn't think that I was that good enough to rap. But you know, my friends and my support system, my mom, my dad, everybody telling me like actually go into the booth. Yeah, that's what actually made me want to start like for sure, seriously.
So you spend a lot of time in the studio now?
I spend more time writing than in the studio. I'm a single mom. So like I go to the studio when I can, but if I'm not in the studio, I'm definitely writing. Like I'm always writing. It's never like I try to write at least 2 songs a day. So that way I can have that content.
How'd you come up with the name Zoeyy B?
Zoeyy B, it was I first started off as Zoeyy Banks. And I felt like Zoeyy Banks is too long. So I just cut it. And it was just Zoeyy.
Zoeyy B. That's what's up. That's what's up. So who are some of your favorite artists growing up that you latched on to, so to speak?
Well, coming up, like growing up as a kid, you know, I'm a 90s baby. I was in 94. So definitely the Foxies, the Little Kim, Trina, yeah, being a 90s baby, definitely. I grew up listening to like Emil, that was under Rockefeller, Little Kim, Trina, a little bit of MC Light from my mom. Like my mom, she's a 70s baby, so I kind of got like both worlds. And then if we're talking like male figures, definitely like Big Daddy Kane for sure. My dad, Wu-Tang Clan, with my dad being from Staten Island and growing up with them. So it's like I had the best of both worlds. But growing up like into my like preteen years, I don't want to sound cliche by saying this, but I do want to give her props. It was definitely Nicki Minaj. She made me feel actually do it now, because it was always at one point it was no females in the industry reigning. So you know, she actually made me feel like, okay, I could do that. And she's from South Jamaica, Queens as well.
Yeah, she's from Queens too. As a matter of fact, we did something at the school and her mother was representing. She couldn't come, but her mother came down and represented for her.
Yeah, I used to go to the same school, PS45. So
that's the school right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then, you know, you're in the area of Run DMC and all those, you know, the rappers back in the day. So you got some good people behind you that you can look up to too. How involved have your parents been in your music career? I'm sure they're with you every step of the way. You know, they got to watch their baby girl.
Of course. I'm the only girl, so it's like, and then I'm the oldest, so I feel like the big responsibility on my back. But my parents have always been supportive. Like no matter what we decided to do, like before I did music, I was going to school, and you know I tried the college thing multiple times, and my parents were still by my side. My mom, she's the, you know, investing in studio time, all of that, like giving me pointers, and my dad, he's definitely involved too, but my dad is more so like, that's my baby girl. So he's very protective of me. But my dad's always playing my music. He's always putting people on to me and stuff like that. So
yeah, we brag about you. We say, yeah, you know, my girl, she sings, she got this going on, she can rap, you know, she writes, you know, she gets her thing going on in the studio, and she knows poetry too. Your dad and your mother and father gonna brag about you all the time.
Yeah, I just want to make them proud. Like any.
That's what's up, and you will too. You will.
Yeah.
So where do we go? Where do we go from here? What's up next for you?
Well, tonight I have a show in Brooklyn on Atlantic Avenue, and then I have a show with Still Got the Juice, Pax the Aux, August 23rd. Fresher Dig is gonna be, that's his showcase. Right now I'm just trying to get my name out there. I got some video shoots coming up. My hit Dream Girl, we'll be shooting a video for that very soon. Yeah. So, you know, a couple features here and there with local art.
All right, you got it going on. How do you see old school music as compared to what's going on today?
I feel like it's the same. I just feel like it's different, like just a different era. Because I'm 28. I don't have no shame. So you know, different phases of hip hop. I went through where it was all about lyrics. I went through the era, you know, the You're a Jerk era and the Crank That era, and then here And it's like, you know how the kids got the little rocket hips thing. It reminds me of back in, you know, a few years ago when we were jerking and that Soldier Boy and Batman and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's all the same, and I like to see like different sounds. My thing about it is I consider myself an artist, but a lot of people would consider me to be a drill artist. And I want people to understand that there's different sounds to drill, because sometimes that can have such a negative impact. And in the hip hop community, I want people to understand that there's different sounds, and that
you have the sexy drill.
Yeah, everything is not all negative. Like I make music for girls who want to feel pretty and like to have fun, and guys that like to have fun as well. So, you know, I'm all about vibes. I'm not promoting violence.
That's what's up. So tell us, give us an example of sexy drill for those who don't know.
Well, my hit single Dream Girl is definitely the prime example of sexy drill. Right now that record is doing very good. Yeah, we're streaming in like Dubai, we're streaming in Nigeria, we're streaming in Canada, Houston, Chicago. So that's like the prime example. I feel like that song there gives me like, you know, Bad B, like era, you know.
My girl is worldwide. Go ahead.
I want the
mom and dad, you all making mom and dad proud.
Yeah, so much like, you know, how could I say, distasteful stuff going on. Like you could do the same thing, but in a more tasteful way and more charismatic way, you know. So it's not about what you do, it's how you do it.
How do we follow you? I know you got a lot of followers.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my following up there. At Real Zoeyy, that's Zoeyy B, the letter B, and that's on all of my social media handles, from Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You'll follow me on TikTok. I'm going pretty viral in there too, between me and my daughter. So we're necking.
Should we have you spit 16 or just wait to see you in concert?
Wait to see.
We're celebrating 50 years of hip hop.
We're celebrating 50 years of hip hop. Okay, I'll give you a quick little something. I actually wrote this a few days ago, so bear with me. And it's not with a beat. I was kind of like, I wouldn't call it depressed, but I was kind of, you know, feeling blue. I tell people that as artists, we all go through those moments, just like everybody. So yeah,
that
you
means
ready?
You're normal.
So it goes. See, I got so much BS on my brain, I feel like I'm going insane. So I mix up the Zoeyy with a little liquor and I just smoke with the pain. Yeah, I'm a little toxic, but if you love me, you got to deal with my ways. And no, I don't like that, but I'm damaged, baby, and I'm trying to change. They said if you knew better, you would do better, and that's easy to say. If you got a seed and your pockets hurt, then you better get paid. And whoever don't really get it, they ain't going to feel our pain. I came in this hungry, you gonna hear me? Yeah, I'm here to stay. And that's all that I can like. It's like I
just beeping out your own stuff, huh?
I try to blank it out.
Real good. All right, so hopefully we can come and see you do your thing in concert.
Yeah. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll be posting all of my content from tonight in case anybody can't make the show. Maybe go live. So yeah.
There you go. All right, my baby girl. Thank you. We're very proud of you. Keep doing your thing, all right?
Thank you.
All right. Zoeyy Banks, hip-hop artist. She writes, she has poetry, and she raps too. All right. She got the sexy drill rap going on. We'll take a quick break right here. I've got a whole lot more. I'm the Doc Bob. I didn't cut anything out. I'm the Doc Bob Lee on Open.
I'll see ya.
After a basketball game, a black teenage boy, Brandon, reads his texts in his family group chat. Auntie Flo, congrats on the big win. Mom, that's my baby. Brandon replies, thanks y'all. In a park, his sister Maya texts, where are we celebrating? Dad replies, home. Mom texts, I got dinner going. Auntie Flo replies, ooh, I can't wait. Then receives a FEMA flood watch text alert. She texts the family, anyone see that weather alert? We need a plan to stay safe, especially after last year. Ready has a list of resources at ready.gov/plan. In his workshop, Dad sends a photo of emergency supplies and texts, looks like we need flashlights and batteries. Leaving a store with a shopping bag, Brandon replies, I got us covered. Mom texts, I'll check in with Grandma and Pop-Pop. Maya texts, thanks, Auntie. Feeling good about this plan.
Got some batteries
Auntie Flo replies, love y'all. We gotta stay safe. Later, the family
feel like you get taller every time I see you.
Stay connected. Plan for ready.gov/plan.
Most hiring algorithms would scream me out.
Some bosses couldn't see me as a leader.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
I've been running code as long as I've been able to reach a keyboard.
This is what I do. It's second nature for me, coordinating 100 details at once.
The way my mind works, I have a very mechanical brain.
I sold them on my skills.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
My magic is
Analytics and empathy. That's how I get clients. You have to have the confidence in yourself to show up and defy the odds.
I am more than who I am on paper.
I never got a college degree. And today, I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. Stars are all around us. It's time for them to shine.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Can you see anything different as a pill?
No.
You don't know?
Fentanyl is being mixed into everything now. There's only one thing that will save somebody's life. That is naloxone nasal spray.
Fentanyl, it's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
Really just all about the money.
I just didn't realize that one pill could change your whole life.
More kitchen now.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
Bro, you gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's a white people thing.
Escúchame, en esta casa los hombres no lloran.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
Thanks for hearing me out, bro. Appreciate it.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad. Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Welcome back. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you're watching Open, and we've got it going on for you. Our last guest is the CEO of the Phillip Wilson Civic Association, and he joins us to speak about the work that he is doing to raise awareness of kidney disease through his upcoming gala. So please welcome to the show, Phillip Wilson. Phillip, welcome.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back. I mean, welcome. You know, I think you were 10 years old when I came to your school. I'm only kidding, but I came to your school.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did multiple times.
Yeah.
You know, every year I was in high school there, you kept coming back with my great mentor, Dan Harris.
Yeah. You know what that was? That was the WBLS On Time program.
Yep.
And now we have something that a springboard from that is called the the Make the Grade Foundation for Education.
Great.
And November the 30th, we have a special gala. So I know you have a gala coming up, but you tell me about yours, and I'll tell you about mine.
Send me that information. I would love to show up.
You got it. Okay. But tell me about what's going on with you in your life right about now.
Well, in 2016, the end of 2016, I was diagnosed with kidney failure.
Yeah.
2017, February 1st, I was, kidneys blanked out. I had to start dialysis.
Yeah.
Moving fast forward, my wife was going to get tested. We went to multiple states to get tested and get fitted. We found out she was the perfect match, but she was pregnant with my twins, so we had to wait 6 months. And then after the 6 months, it was like she's still not a good candidate, and she didn't want to give up. And from there, she went. I met a gynecologist. My wife gynecologist that bowls with me said, "Hey, why don't you go try Hackensack University?" And I went to go try Hackensack, and wow. In December of 2018, he said, "All right, we're gonna give you a try." In February of 2019, I went in for kidney transplant February 11th and came home on Valentine's Day on February 14th, 2019. And it's been 4 years, almost 4.5 years now post-transplant with no problems, kidney transplant. We had our first gala this year here in March. It was Kidney Awareness Month. And
That's
now
love.
we have
February
another
14th.
one. Yeah, then we're having another one next March.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
You know.
So what were the symptoms? What were you going through that presented you with kidney failure?
Well, it's really no symptoms, really, right? It's my feet were swollen up, and then one morning I couldn't see. I'm a diabetic, so
yeah,
the side effects of the medicine swells you up a little bit. So I woke up one morning, I couldn't see. I said, "Babe, I can't see." I said, "I'm going to the hospital." Went to the hospital. They said, "Oh, you in early stage of kidney failure. You have stage 3 kidney failure." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Ain't nothing wrong with my kidney. I was just at the doctor a month and a half ago."
Yeah.
He said, "Well, he might didn't check your kidneys." So most doctors don't check kidneys when you go for an annual checkup. They do your blood work, they do your hemoglobin, your A1C, your for your diabetes, and see if you got high blood pressure. Your cholesterol, but they don't really check your kidney function. They don't do a full workup. And they did a full workup on me that night, and it came back to me with that results.
Yeah.
So I just took it day by day and kept strong. I just had a newborn baby at the time. He was a month old, and then right after that, she got pregnant again with twins. So I had to be here. I have a total of 5 children, 2 girls and 3 boys.
Mm-hmm.
And the Civic Association is about education, informing, getting parents involved in academics in school. Let's teach them academics in trades. I'm a big trade component. Like I said, I went to Essex County Vocation, which is North Tech. Entrepreneurship, I believe in opportunities for large and small businesses to grow in the community that they serve. Mentoring and leadership, developing and grooming leaders of our future with programs, workshops, speaking series events geared towards people that look like me and you. Right. And then social justice, believe in equality, access, participation, rights for all. The Civic Association has a vision for a society eventually shaped, including mental health care, fairness, and things of that nature. Right. I'm a huge kidney advocate because I see things, I've been through a lot with the kidney failure, in the hospital every month. From 2016 to 2021, I was in the hospital every month.
Yeah.
Right.
And you had to go into the hospital during COVID. And good thing you got.
No, I didn't go to the hospital. Sorry, 2020. That was my last time being in the hospital. I caught
when everything started. Yeah.
Yeah, I caught appendicitis. Right, so my appendix ruptured, and I got my doctor. What you seen, and he was standing with me in the photos you showed. I called him. I have his personal cell phone number. I said, "Hey, man, I'm not feeling right." He said, "What's wrong?" I said, "My body is hot and my temperature is, I can't move. I can't go to the bathroom." He said, "Bring yo here now."
Yeah, I get it.
I got there. They did a COVID test for me. I was negative. They brought me in the room. They ran tests on me. They scanned my body. My doctor, we have a good relationship. He texted me. He said, "You're going to the operating room tonight at 2:00. I said, "You operating on me?" He said, "No, we got a good team on you. they're going to move your appendix. Your appendix is ruptured.
Yeah.
Lucky you got here soon, because like I said, I had a couple scares, but I got my wife kidney in me, so I think my kidney was great.
There you go.
So I was peeing out the infections out of me. So it's a huge awareness, and I just helped I think 5 people just now got an appointment over at Hackensack Medical to get evaluated for a kidney to be a part of the kidney exchange program or get a donation, kidney donation.
These pictures are from the gala.
Yeah, yes, those are pictures from the gala there. Yes.
So this year, gala when?
I can't hear you.
You're gonna have the gala when this year?
March 23rd. That's the tentative date right now of next year. A year out from the last year's date, and hopefully everything goes well. Last year we had about 85 people. I'm hoping to get more people involved in it. I'm reaching out to different communities, different people, different foundations, and see how we can get more involved with this.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll just keep letting people know. We'll let people know, of course, on BronxNet, and you'll get a copy of this, and we'll send that around, letting people know that when, where, all the 5 W's.
Yeah, because like I said, a lot of us suffer from kidney failure, and you don't even know it. 4 out of 10 people, you could be in a room with 100 people, 40 people got kidney failure. You don't even know it. In my community here, we got 5 dialysis centers in a 1.5 radius.
Wow. Yeah, that's deep.
So that means something.
What do you tell people who suspect? I mean, you didn't even know that you had kidney failure, but what do you tell people?
When you go to your doctor, get your kidney levels checked.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the main thing, getting your kidney levels checked. Because some people think when their feet are swollen, they might say I got excess of water. So when your feet are swollen, that could be 2 things. That's your heart or your kidneys.
Yeah.
And then
or gout.
Or gout.
Yeah.
And gout comes where you're eating tomatoes, pasty food, spicy stuff like that. And the kidneys flushes out your waste. The kidney works 24/7. Along with your heart, 24/7.
Well, where can we follow you for more information? Because you got a lot to talk about. You can post a lot of that stuff up, and we can see people right there.
Yes, on my IG page, pwca.since2022.
Yeah, and
and I'm having a community day here on my block. We having a book bag drive August 26th here in Newark, New Jersey at Weekway Park. And another community day on my block on September 3rd. Just give back to people in the local community, let them know what's what we're about and what we're doing.
There you go. Phillip Wilson, he's from the association. Tell everybody about the association briefly, because we got to break out, and then and we'll catch you another day, another way. All right. Thank you for all that you do, though.
Thank you. The association is based on 4 pillars: education, entrepreneurship, mental and leadership development, and social justice. We're here to help everybody.
All right.
Kidney failure don't have no race or no face to it.
That's right.
It happens to everybody.
Hey, man, we appreciate you. Thank you for sharing that great information.
Thank you.
All right. All right. That is it. That's it for our segment here in our show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking it out. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. To choose your choice, to let your choice control the chooser. Remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. So say you can, and you will. I'm the Doc Bob Lee. I'll catch you another day, another way. I love you all.